in behind the cage. Dash to his right and wraps it around to the goal. Bobo, O'Reilly, over the top. Roy ready, shot and score. Gets around Weed, off the bounce, shot and a score. Wow. Levine with some speed. Levine fakes a pass. Levine all the way is going to fire and score. Up top, Druin. He wants a shot, and he's got it. Wow. Meanwhile, Arbusto. One-handed shot is up and in. With an extra man. Bouvier sniping. Top corner. Sophomore goes back to it. Enzo turns and scores. Now inside of 4 minutes. Who's the man? Spellman's the man. That's who. Clark on the run. Shot and score. Meanwhile, Durkin to the cage. Shot and score. Chase. Extra feed. Shot and score. Game over. Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Manchester. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you, getting set for our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire game of the week between the Derryfield Cougars and the Windham Jaguars, two of the best teams in the division. Derryfield perennially on the short list of Division II contenders, multi-championships in recent years under head coach Chris Edler. Windham, a team seen by many on the rise under head coach Joe Young, led by one of the best players perhaps in the state, senior attackman Alex Ryan. Anyone's guess here on a turf field late in week number 3.
Yeah, indeed, and I would I would say, being asked about this game and what do I expect to see, we know Derryfield. We got a lot of returning players from Derryfield. We've been watching Windham from afar. All right, some very impressive scores. But as I look at who they have played and what they're about to do starting today, the meat of their schedule is going to be the test for them. And this will be test number 1. They got St. Thomas next. They got Winnicott, and then they got Portsmouth after that. That's going to be a real test, and maybe we'll be able to do one of those games. Who knows? But we'll see what they look like at the end of that. They are sporting, a 6-0 record, and Derryfield is right there as well. As we know, they're right up there, and they've had some impressive wins as a team that has played 3 Division I teams and has done very well against all 3 of those. All right,
you mentioned Windham blowout victories of over Bow, 14-1, 16-0 on the road at Kingswood. They beat Alvern 15-2. Another road win over Hollis Brookline, 18-8. Salem, Division I Salem, fell by the wayside, 13-5. The Alvern final score was 20-4. Windham, that game was in Hudson. So the meat of the schedule ahead of the Jaguars. As we took a look at the other side, the Cougars have now won 2 in a row. This follows their lone loss against Timberlane back on April the 22nd. That one went back and forth before it was finally decided. 10-9 was the final. This followed a 3-0 start with wins over Winnicott, Bedford, and Bow. And, well, they got a rematch looming with Winnicott their next time out on the beach. So I think it's important here, Roger, for both teams to get their footing, set the tone, and try and play maybe from ahead as opposed to try and play catch-up this afternoon.
Well, we certainly know that that's what Coach Hetler likes to do, get out front, get his mission moving. Again, looking at those scores from Windham, you would have to, surmise that their defense is really, really tough. I mean, there's not a double-digit score against them in all of those 6 games. So, but we don't know that. Those teams they played are not of the caliber of Derryfield and Winnicott and Portsmouth. So that's going to be the real test, I think, as I look at this team today.
Yeah. All right. You see the captains meeting at midfield. The officials speaking with each other here. They just flipped the coin. Really windy today.
Extremely
you can tell,
windy.
You can hear perhaps the wind whipping against the microphones. It's been steady really for the last couple of days. Been a rainy week overall. There's a chill to this wind. So not the most pleasant of conditions to play in. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, Game time. Derryfield and Windham coming up next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
At Dead River Company, the work we do is about more than just filling up tanks. It's about the everyday moments in your home. We're here to fix your heating equipment, so you have heat and hot water for moments like this. We brave the elements, so you're always safe and warm. Anytime, day or night. Because it's moments like this that we do everything we do.
Dead River Company. It's not your job to worry about the heat. It's ours.
Become a customer today, and we'll be there for the moments that matter to you.
All right, game time here in Manchester. The Cougars and the Jaguars. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. It's our Friday Night Light New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. A gathering crowd here. Some folks aligned along the field, standing behind the black fence. Got the elevated spectator area where we are here, the bleacher area that abuts the parking lot. So we're in good hands. We hope you are too. Start of the weekend here, the end of week number 3. Both teams vying for positioning in a very crowded Division II field.
Yeah. We talked about it in the last couple of games, just with the Timberlane game the other day with Winnicott and how strong Winnicott looked. Timberlane taking a step back due to a very thin roster, some injuries, some key injuries, and here we are with the other two teams that they're looking up at right now, along with Portsmouth, who is right there. This will be a fun time.
Yeah. We're going to talk with Alex Ryan on Sunday. He is our New Hampshire Tomahawks Player of the Week. And, of course, every Sunday morning, 9 a.m., we're on the air with the FNL Lacrosse Show presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Now, you stood out last year when we got a look, Roger, And now really, in a lot of ways, coming to the front. See why? One of the more recognizable names amongst lacrosse circles.
Yeah, and calling that game last year against Winnicott, we were outdoors. We were in weather kind of like this. It was a little bit wet, if you recall.
Right.
The field was muddy. They play on natural grass over in Windham. And him and the line, who's now at Syracuse, they were standouts. They played very well.
All right, here we go. Derryfield in white, headed left to right. They're going to win the opening face-off and try and secure it in their own end. This is Max Fowler, the talented sophomore, is going to go over the middle. Quinn Silvio, named to watch, the junior midfielder. Saw him play well against Bedford in a win on this field over the Bulldogs back in week 1. Silvio's going to keep it, going to swoop to the near side, going to spin, going to fire, and going to score Derryfield's opening goal just 30 seconds in.
Well, that's one thing that Windham needs to do a little better, and that is perhaps even scout that a little better, because I don't know how many times we've seen Quinn go through X on an invert, come in and act as if he's just like an attackman, get that, not quite a question mark move, but he gets a nice roll inside, and the defender just keeps strolling on by and misses him. Good unassisted goal.
Very shifty player. He changed directions pretty quickly. Meanwhile, Windham going to secure it for the first time. The ground ball goes to Blake Bazin, one of these veterans from a year ago. So the attack going to set up shop here. Derryfield's defense communicating now for the first time. Sun is out. Longtime head coach Chris Hetler watching with his arms crossed here.
Nice look
on the Derryfield side. Windham trying to find a soft spot in the underbelly out in front of the cage, but Bazin never quite had it.
Good collapse in the middle there by both Lautieri and Little, tying up the crease.
This is the dangerous Drew Denton. Going to leave it on the turf, scooped up by his teammate Nathan Crowley. And now Crowley wants the one-on-one. Downhill dodge to his left, draws the slides, got Ryan near side, shot big, goes high.
Off
the crossbar, it looked like, when sailing inches over the head of Parker Lebedes, the goaltender for Derryfield, the sophomore. I'm not sure if you got a piece of that with the helmet.
It looked like it hit the crossbar. I think you're right.
Meanwhile, Ryan wants one of his own. He's going to fire and score and tie the game. Alex Ryan, a good one-on-one move. Quick pass on the restart.
Yeah.
Windham takes advantage. We're tied again at 1.
Yeah, good play, and, same thing. You got to pick up that guy at goal line extended. Got to pick him up. He just rolls on in to his strong side and comes up over the top. Finds the seam.
Not a whole lot of room to work with over that goaltender's right shoulder, but he made it work.
Yeah, he was smart enough to see the goalie was moving over into position off the post, and he found that little slot right up above his head.
This is Logan Purvis, sophomore at the X for Coach Hetler. Purvis ultimately gets rid of it, and now it's Fowler down the middle. The long pole flips it over to Ethan Flanagan, another one of these talented juniors. Strong junior class for the Cougars, as Derryfield looks to retake the lead with 2 minutes gone by. Silvio deep behind the cage.
Yeah.
Going to keep backtracking here all the way to the boundary. Now wants the one-on-one with Brian Damaris. Draw sides with the pass knocked down. Patrick Furtado, the Windham defender, going to throw a shoulder here in the corner. And now a pig pile.
Good play.
Poked out. Tate Flint has it. Then the junior on his way to Merrimack University thought about the shot.
Ooh.
Pass in the middle. Fanned on. It was R.J. Prue. The freshman had pretty good positioning. Windham gets to it. Milano's outlet pass taken by Damaris, who crosses midfield, and now Windham, with 3 minutes gone by, looking for their first lead with the game tied at 1. Conley, the senior, he fell. He's able to get his footing. And now they're going to go behind the cage.
Good action down there at the other end, and I liked what Coach Hetler was doing with Silvio there. We'll talk more about it as that set gets redone in the next offensive set for them.
Denton for Ryan. Off the pick. Not happening. Retreats. Start again to his left. Job by the defender. Fowler staying with him, but it doesn't matter. Ryan with the trigger. That one comes from a little bit of distance there. Able to beat the sophomore goaltender and put Windham on top. Now 2-1.
Yeah, he showed some strength there and some good dodge capability. Good plant. Rolls to his right side, and he has a clear shot right at the goal. Well, we can see who's getting keyed in on with both teams. We got Silvio and we got Ryan. Those will be the key players here.
Pretty good star power.
Indeed.
This one taken off the chest-high bounce by Fowler. He's going to go over the top with a rainbow pass near side. Derryfield with numbers. It's a 4-on-3.
Oh, nice play.
Beautiful.
Yep.
It's Flint. Tate Flint able to weave his way goal line extended. Derryfield capitalizes on the transition opportunity and come up with an answer just seconds later to tie this game now at 2.
Yeah, a couple of good plays there. The clear gets down low. The face-off gets pushed down low, and Tate just kind of dipsy-doodles in and does a little toe drag and gets the goalie out of position. Good lacrosse.
Well, we've got a total of 4 goals in less than 4 minutes.
Yeah, and that one came really quick, less than 15 seconds.
Cougars win the face-off. Fowler, another ground ball. He's going to clear it himself. And the home team looks for the lead. Silvio going to spin back to his left. In pursuit is the defender, Adam Burke. Burke, the long stick, going to give him plenty of grazing room now on that far side wing. Coach Young watching with his arms crossed in the Navy jacket. Hoping this Windham defense can communicate here and get the stop on this trip. Oh, Chili Cabot. A beautiful move, able to step to his left and go upstairs. The sophomore on his first shot of the afternoon puts Derryfield back in front 3-2.
I got to tell you, that was sweet. He goes to his right, then kind of just pulls it back just a little bit off the dodge and just rips one underneath. That was beautiful. Very nice play by Chili.
It's a kid who got some big-time minutes last year as a freshman and really cut his teeth.
Yeah, we called his name a lot. In the playoffs, he was nails. Another win by Derryfield. 5 of the 6. Oh, right inside. Oh,
Shot.
nice save.
Piece of it. Milano to his right. Ground ball goes to Burke. Milano now urges from behind the cage. Jaguars looking for clear along the near sideline. Collision. Ball. That's Flint on the hit for Derryfield. It's ruled out of bounds.
Yeah. Good call. Good ride.
Look at John Kramer. Slow it down to a trot now behind the cage. Neither team is led by more than a 1-goal lead here.
Good look.
Across the zone and the finish. Alexander Murray on a beautiful feed, able to thread the needle over the top of the defense, and Derryfield looking smooth on the attack. They lead now 4-2.
Yeah, this is really one of Derryfield's strengths right here. The goal line extended play by them the last couple years has been just excellent. And this is just a good cross crease feed right into Murray's stick, and the defense there had no chance. The defense from Windham is really overplaying the ball right now. They're almost anticipating something to happen, and I'm seeing that happening a lot. Maybe a little bit of jitters out there on defense, I'm not sure.
That's 3 straight for Derryfield. And they've got the largest lead either way on the board. They also win another face-off, Roger.
Yeah, they're up 6-1 on that.
As Fowler gets himself another uncontested ground ball on the wing. Cougars ready to set up shop here. A roller for Silvio. Wants the one-on-one. Jake Galliot-Santos, is the defender. Coach Hetler calling out the play. Sounds like maroon. Going to cycle it around with Cabot, the sophomore, up top. To his left, gets the step, draws the slide.
Oh, nice.
Swung behind cage, Flint. Back up top. Silvio going to spin. Flint wants it near side. Stutter step. Can't shake the defender.
Good defense there.
Yep. Andrew Trudell staying with him. Well, Coach Hetler going to go to another play here out of the playbook midway through this first period.
Yep.
Murray, sweeping shot. I believe I heard it hit the pipe there. Windham wins the foot race. Good hustle behind the cage by Furtado. And the Jaguars get the stop they were hoping for.
Yeah, you got to look at what Derryfield's doing on offense here. They're creating motion in certain pockets, whether it's 3-on-3 and 4-on-3. They're getting some real good rotations.
They'll get the clear. Bazin going to shield the ball here, getting hacked at by the defender Dugan Little. Coming up in 5 minutes, first quarter. Jaguars now down 2. Ryan going to walk here and now look to come downhill at Little. Clicks his heels to his left. Little right with him. Here comes the slide. Backdoor through traffic. Catch and shot ends up over the cage. That was O'Connor who was open backdoor. Heck of a feed.
Yeah, and I think Dan was the intended one on the crease. Dan just kind of let it go through.
Whips that one. Yeah, it found its way somehow through about 3 different bodies.
Yeah. I think they're looking for Dan because he's such a big presence there on the crease. Oh, good play by the defense to keep it back.
Yeah, Denton. Full speed. To his right, second man comes, shot handled nicely. Lebede's no problem. Whips a contested outlet pass to Little. Comes across with a jog and has the clear for the home team. Derryfield looking for their 4th unanswered. Broken up in the middle. Getting a piece there was Jacob Spollinger. Ground ball goes to Trudell. Trudell absorbing a couple of hits, drops to his knee at midfield.
Wow, just a swarming ride there.
That's Dan helping him out. To his left, Conley. Conley one time for Ryan. Ryan lets it rip and scores. That's goal number 3, a first quarter hat trick for Ryan. More importantly, he's got Windham back within 1 at 4-3.
Wow, that was very nice. So a swarming ride at midfield gets the ball on the ground. Windham's opportunity to get a good ground ball and actually created a very, very quick materializing fast break there, and Ryan finishes it off. Very well done.
Well, both offenses have looked crisp in this first quarter.
Yeah.
Windham comes up with just their second face-off win. Damaris deep into that far corner, taken over behind the cage by Denton. And the Jaguars now with an opportunity to tie as we tick down towards 3 minutes first quarter. Been a shootout from the get-go.
Oh, good collapse.
Bazin trying to split defenders, lost it, recovered and fired upon by Denton. Leeds, did he win that foot race out of the cage?
Looks like it.
He did.
Now look what here's your Swiss Army knife named Quinn Silvio. Offensive presence, plays defense, and now they want to give him the ball on the clear. Love it. Love
Junior's
it.
got some good footwork. Seen several spin moves already. We see another here, a swim move, the split 2.
Wow.
And he'll carry the torch himself across the 50. Silvio now in attack mode near side. Another spin move.
Oh.
To fire a tough angle shot that ends up wide of the cage and out of play. And Silvio scored the game's first goal just 30 seconds in to set the tone. Took that one nearly end to end. Meanwhile, Tate Flint, the former Trinity Pioneer, finds a cutter. The bouncer is good for Murray.
Wow.
Another excellent feed by Flint. Murray sprang loose like a jack in the box, fires and scores for the second time. Derryfield rebuilds the 2-goal lead. Out in front now, 5-3.
Boy, this goes completely down and up vertically in the 5-hole. I love this feed by Tate Flint. Such awareness on this attack for them between Murray and Flint. Chili when he's out there. Well done.
5-3 here. Both attacks have gotten off to a good start. Derryfield continuing to build an advantage at the face-off X. Little shake and bake here for Flanagan. And now deep in the far corner, Murray looks to get to work. Well, to your point, Roger, it looks like this Derryfield attack much more in sync, I think, than we saw them even, less than 2 weeks ago when they did play well in a win over Bedford. But 5 goals in this opening quarter and still another 2 minutes remaining. They look much improved, in my opinion, at least through 10 minutes so far.
Yeah, I would tell you that they're much smoother. They're much more confident in their dodges. They seem to know where everybody is on the field right now. Whatever play Coach Hetler's calling, they're right into it. Not a lot of confusion out there on the offense. And, Windham's starting to answer a little bit of my question on the defensive side of things. They're holding them up. They're losing battle one-on-one here and there, but boy, that's going to be a hold.
Game's first penalty.
Looks like 22 maybe.
Flies with inside of a minute and a half remaining.
Got a little piece of him on that dodge, and
it's Galliot Santos down on his left knee.
They called a slash. Wow.
Slash, so a full minute EMO on the way for Derryfield. Coach Hetler, his wheels are turning, I'm sure. Barking out instructions near midfield. Opportunity for the Cougars to double up the Jags here early and take their first 3-goal lead of the game.
Hey, put a freshman out there on your man up. Liam Canty in the back with Kate Flint. Interesting.
We got Prue out there too. Number 6 in white. He's also a freshman. Silvio up top. Wants one for himself. A laser. Little off target.
New play.
Down a minute to go, first quarter. Derryfield looking for goal number 6. Gonna swing it far side.
Good rotation.
Prue with a no-look. Bouncer for Kramer. Windham playing pretty disciplined here. They're packing it in. Flint trying to go low there. Good save to his left, Milano.
We talked about this before in every single game this year. When the movement on the corners on a man-up start to fade away and disappear, you see a lot of outside shots and a lot of misses.
Just 5 seconds to go on the man-up. Flint lunging to his left, trying to contain that pass. Windham kills off the penalty, and we're down to 20 seconds here in the first quarter. Cougars, after a patient trip on this end, hoping to capitalize before the end of the frame. Down to 10 seconds. Flint shot. Milano gets a piece. The goaltender is there. Wins the foot race and gets it back for the Jaguars. 6 seconds. Furtado going to go the length of the field. Lets it fly towards the cage, and that'll do it. Well, an explosive start really both ways. 8 total goals through 12 minutes. Derryfield with a 5-3 lead after 1. Right back to Manchester in just a moment. You're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471 888-848-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Start of the second quarter here in Manchester. 5-3 Derryfield on top of Windham. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Both teams came out swinging. Derryfield scored just 30 seconds in, and really the floodgates were open at that point. Alex Ryan, all 3 goals for the visiting Jaguars. Well, along with Silvio, we see Tate Flint, Chili Cabot, and Alexander Murray cash in twice for the Cougars.
Boy, what I see out there with Derryfield right now is simply they are using every position on the field to attack the net. And Windham is doing the same, but then Ryan is simply taking control where he has seen his openings and he has seen success. Definitely want to see what Windham can do here defensively, and if they change things up a little bit. Towards the end there, they were pressing out quite a bit on Derryfield.
Face off, won by Windham. It's Mason Kettler. Runs into a stiff white wall here. 3 Cougar defenders in the area. Silvio able to pick it up.
Gonna call a ward. Yep. Sometimes the referee sees a swim move against 3 guys, and the body parts have got to go somewhere, and they'll occasionally call that a ward. Silvio's not susceptible to that, so not too often.
Got to look at the crowd there a moment ago. A good one here, lined up along the fence, really almost half the field. Sun is out, the wind still an issue. Jaguars, meanwhile, looking for goal number 4 from Ryan. Lebedes may have gotten a piece there.
Off his arm by the looks.
Yep. Jaguars will keep it at this end. Cougars with a 5-3 lead. Windham led briefly on back-to-back Ryan goals at the 8:30 mark in the first period. They've trailed since. Here's a bouncer. Lands near the head of the crease. Shoots off harmlessly out of play.
I like that take. From out there. Nice bounce shot. Mix it up a little bit.
What have you seen here offensively from Windham?
I'm seeing some good looks. I'm seeing some good dodges. They're pressing in, and when they get either slid to or played well defensively one-on-one, they're not just shooting the ball to get the shot off. They're being very, very patient, and they're going to find a seam here with this defense, especially with these middies going both ways. Flanagan and Silvio are out there now.
Flanagan chasing Ryan. Shot ends up wide.
But yeah, it's a very patient offense, and they're not making mistakes. I mean, how many teams have we seen this year already on offense just throw the ball away?
Right.
They make mistakes. They try to force issues on corners, and they try to take a shot that's ill-advised, and it's an automatic turnover. Give it to Windham on this. Very smart and disciplined.
Both teams have handled it well.
Good take.
Bouncer is true. It's Blake Bazin. Well, a patient possession there pays off as Bazin on the move to his left, able to bounce one in front of the sophomore. He beats Lebedes, and Windham is back within 1 at 5-4.
Yeah, this is the second attempt, left-handed bounce shot by Bazin in this possession, and it pays off. He found that seam that we were just talking about.
Right.
This time he dialed the shot in. He didn't hit the ground too soon with that ball. First one went way over the net. This one was right on.
Flynn off the bounce. Cougars maintain the advantage at the X. Brewster in the middle draws the slide. Bouncer denied low. Lano able to make the stop from his knees. Jaguar goaltender going to take his time on the outlet.
Nice play.
Good stutter step, and now in full motion is Damaris. Drew some oohs and ahs from this crowd here in Manchester on that clear.
So you see Tate Flint now, who was on the attack side of the ball, was on face-off wing, played defensive mid by Windham, and now he's back on defense. Chili Chavik comes in and takes his spot on attack. This is really just a thinking man's game with Derryfield right now with the position players.
Meanwhile, Ryan
against Tate.
Two of the better athletes on the field. Ryan looked like he looked at the official there.
Oh,
slide,
good look.
Catch fire. Lebedes knocks it aside. Now a flag here. That was the shooter, Nathan Crawley, who got knocked down after the release that drew the attention of the officials.
It looks like it's got to be Tate.
Well, Tate looked like he was kind of fired up there for that one-on-one matchup with Ryan. A little too aggressive, maybe, with the post-shot contact. Coach Hetler going to get down on his knee and have a word with the youngster as the junior looks to explain himself in the penalty box. It's the first penalty against Derryfield. We saw one in the first quarter go against Windham.
Well, that's where your top player, Ryan, he gets played by a mismatch and creates the confusion on the defensive side middle. That foul gets hammered out.
Windham a golden opportunity to tie this game after the full minute penalty put on the board, but already halfway through and not a shot attempt. Denton, after dropping the pass, drops to his knees.
That's where it is.
Up top, Basing going to swing it near side. Ryan likes that angle. Bouncer, though, ends up a foot or so wide to the left. And out of play with 20 seconds even remaining on the penalty. Nearly 4 minutes gone by in this second quarter.
Yeah, Fowler created that shot that went wide. Put his body in front of it.
Another slip. Good recovery. Backdoor feed. Again, knocked down was Crawley. Backed up by Denton's going to jog behind the cage,
Good
and we're
play.
back to even strength. This one broken up near side. Ground ball. Scooped up by Crowley. Windham will keep it right here.
Yeah, good play by Lautieri. Keep your stick up. Keep the zone in the passing lanes blocked up.
Denton swings it for Ryan. Closed down by the defender. Flanagan tries a bouncer. Ends up wide.
Defense strategizing here. Who's going to get Ryan?
Jaguars
Good pick.
turn it over. And then it looks like Derryfield not quite on the same page on that outlet. Costs the home team as Denton gets to the ground ball at midfield. Jaguars get another try with 5 minutes gone by, second quarter.
Smart play by Flanagan. He didn't get flustered and start heading downfield on the clear or to the bench. He hung back and waited, see what happened with that ground ball. He was there to match numbers.
Ryan against Little. Spin move. Leaves it back up top. This is Dan. Shot there wide. The Jaguars continuing to find outside shots, but nothing on net here on this trip. Bouncer again is wide. That one offered up by Ryan.
Yeah, lots of shots. Lots of shots.
If you're just joining us, Windham, they've played from behind most of the way. Derryfield got on the board 30 seconds in. Jaguars responded with back-to-back goals from Alex Ryan to take their only lead at 2-1.
It's supposed to be there.
They trailed to begin the second quarter by a score of 5-3. And again, a chance to tie the game here as we come upon the midway point second quarter. Bazin absorbs a hit. Ryan looks for a pick.
Oh, yeah.
Handled by Flanagan off the switch. Switches the stick, fires, and Lebedes gets a clean read and a save for Derryfield.
Yeah, Lebedes wasn't fooled on any of those plants and dodges. He was right there.
Lebedes hit outside the cage. The whistle comes from the opposite side of the field, and Derryfield calls a timeout. The sophomore couldn't locate the ball after it left his stick, but the guardian angel over there on the home sideline, a.k.a. head coach Chris Hetler, bails him out with a timeout. Our broadcast brought to you by Beals Insurance, locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance. We'll get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. By MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. By New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done while you wait. It's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the seacoast. Visit NHiPhoneRepair.com. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks Showcase and Development for College Lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. By the Dead River Company, a full-service heating provider committed to keeping New Hampshire warm with propane and heating oil. Learn more at deadriver.com. And finally, by the Bean Group and Roger Howe Real Estate, your local professional for all types of real estate, residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties. Call 603-247-1583. Nick Anastas with Roger Howe midway through this second quarter in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. There you see some of the fans who made the trip from Windham, aligned along the fence, hoping the Jaguars can stay unbeaten, hoping to improve to 7-0 under Coach Joe Young. Derryfield,
oh my
gotta
goodness,
go back up to as Quinn Silvio lights the lamp for the second time.
Wow. You know, there are some players out there that, you know, you look at him and you say, man, I know he's fast, but can he play? That kid can play. He just plucked a corner like it was practice. Well done.
Scored the opening goal 30 seconds in. And gets number 2 there. As both Murray and Silvio now with 2 apiece for the Cougars.
Well, consider this. No one on the field except Silvio touched the ball from the end of that time, or to the start of that timeout to the end of the timeout.
Right. Meanwhile, this one up for grabs at midfield. A body on the field after a big hit levied. Canty, the freshman, trying to survive over there along the sideline. And I think Derryfield may have been forced to call their second timeout. The freshman running out of real estate right in front of his head coach, Coach Hetler. I guess had to make the decision, keep the ball here with 5.5 to go. But if you want to do that, you got to burn that second and final timeout before halftime.
Yeah, you are up. You're up by a couple goals, obviously. And that first timeout he took was timely. It looked to me like the ball had been on the ground when that timeout was called. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do in that situation and protect the goaltender and possession, so I get that. This one here, I think you're right. I think he was just running out of real estate, and, you know, we want to keep the flow going here.
Well, we talked about it. Windham, not accustomed, at least so far this season, to the tight game, grab big leads early in a lot of those contests through 6 games. Does that affect the psyche at all? Maybe if you had a younger team, I'd say probably yes, but there's a lot of seniors out here that have played a lot of games, both with Windham and elsewhere, I suppose. Does that factor in at all, things tightening early here in this first half?
Yeah, I think sometimes I obviously didn't see all 6 games and how that played out score-wise and how far ahead they were on those games.
Right.
But clearly this is a much more competitive team than those other 6 teams, and they're holding up quite well. So I think right when you get through that first quarter and you see you're still in the game, your confidence is just going upwards from there.
And of course, Derryfield, as we talked about, only 2 seniors. Very junior heavy. And some underclassmen making contributions as well. Here's a turnover. It's been rare. Both teams have taken pretty good care of it. Damaris, though, forces the issue and comes up with the takeaway. And now Windham kind of cut a 2-goal gap in half as they trail 6-4 now with 4.5 to go before the break.
Yeah, and I think defensively Windham is gaining a lot of confidence, too. They're able to press out. They're not getting beat everywhere. Nice take.
Shot stopped by Lebedes. able to pin it down in the crease and come up with it. Well, again, Derryfield scored 5 goals in the first 6 minutes of the game and have scored just 1 since, to your point, on the Windham defense. Meanwhile, he got cracked. It was Canty. Freshman paid the price. Windham comes up with a turn on the ride. And now Ryan going to backpedal to the back of the cage. Let's put the move now on a little
Nice
spinner. Bouncing shot. Again, about a foot wide. Backed up by O'Connor.
Yeah, he just missed the cage.
Ryan with 3 of the 4 for the Jaguars. Bays in the other. Derryfield off the switch. Again, Canty, the freshman, matched up with Denton. Denton draws the slide, goes behind the net. They reverse it. Ryan on the far wing, going to fire. Knocked down and stabbed by Lebedes. Sophomore goaltender starting to find his rhythm for Derryfield.
Yeah, it's like the table has turned between the first and second quarter.
Long pose. Tyler Lantieri, the junior.
Tough one.
Too strong on the cross field pass. Jared Moulton Jr. couldn't quite catch up to it. It's now 2 turnovers here on the ride, or against the ride for Derryfield. 2 straight giveaways in their own end. Jaguars going to set up yet again in search of their 5th goal now inside of 3 minutes to go, second quarter.
Good look.
Denton drops it off. Ryan over the top. Misread it.
Yeah, good slide there by Little, and the pressure put against the Jaguars threw that out of bounds. Caused turnover.
Again, Derryfield trying to clear. Little behind target. Lantieri trying to recover with that long stick, able to do so. Able to fight off Denton. And Derryfield now in business with Coach Hetler directing traffic from the sideline. Flint pumps the brakes, goes back out. This is Kramer, the former Bedford Bulldog. Back door to Cabot. Count it. The sophomore knocked down, didn't matter. Able to bounce it by Milano, and Derryfield has built their largest lead now at 7-4.
Yeah, good squeeze look in there from Kramer. This is what Derryfield does. They find their little seams in there, and Chili is not the one you want going one-on-one against the goaltender. Good play. Good heads-up play by Kramer.
It's Cabot's 2nd goal. Kramer the assist. And Derryfield with their largest lead, as I mentioned, 7-4. With just outside of 2 minutes to go. Cougars trying to keep the momentum going. Purvis the face-off win, however, he runs into trouble and turns it over on the sideline. Wyndham's going to get it right back.
Yeah, Kramer with 2 assists today so far.
Came over from Division I Bedford in the offseason.
Yes, he did. One of the 3 heavy hitter talents that Bedford did lose last year.
Right. Meanwhile, Ryan being chased by 3 defenders.
Oh, good.
Lowers the left shoulder. Little trying to hack at him from behind. Ryan going to circle around the cage. Tried to set up Crowley, but Crowley took his eye off it. Cougars the other way. Looking to push here with 1:20 remaining. Flanagan swims his way to the net. Shot knocked down by Milano, who lunges out of the crease trying to drag it out of a pile. Another good stop by the Windham goaltender. Now the Jaguars will try and fight out of their own end as we come upon 1 minute remaining second quarter. This is Billy DiPietro. Long pole finds Ryan. Finds his way back over the 50. Ryan going to circle around deep on that far wing. Coach Young right in his ear over his right shoulder.
And he'd like to play for last shot here and bring it within 2 before the half ends.
In no hurry now as we tick down to 35 seconds.
You know, this is important on offense to move bodies and move the ball. Boy, on that clear, it was just as evident for Windham. Good clear by them.
Bazin hit by Flanagan. Underhand scooper back to Ryan. Down to 15 seconds. Ryan's bouncer jammed up on the release. His teammate O'Connor backs him up. Trying to force it to Ryan. Knocked down near side. Ground ball up for grabs. Down to 5 seconds. Still loose coming near side. Derryfield going to get to it. That's Moulton on the ground ball. Get a whistle here on the sideline. They're going to give it back to Windham with a fraction of a second remaining. Bazin with a last second appeal. Not going to get it. And that'll do it. Derryfield. 5 of their 7 goals came in the first 6 minutes. Pace slowed down a little bit in that second quarter. Windham kept at arm's length. However, it's Derryfield who scores twice in the final 5 minutes to rebuild a 3-goal lead, their largest. And that's where we are at halftime, 7-4 in favor of the Cougars.
Yeah, I liked what I saw of Windham there. They kept their cool throughout the first half, even though they went down early. And as you said, Derryfield scoring 5 goals there in that first quarter. But as they settled down, they seemed a little bit more sure of themselves, not only on offense, but the defensive side of the field.
Absolutely. All right, coming up at halftime. Full recap of that first half. Roger's got the stats. Ben's got the highlights. And we've got the out-of-town scores coming your way as well. A busy Friday night in Week 3 statewide. All that on the way coming up next. Halftime here in Manch, Vegas. Derryfield with a 7-4 lead over Windham. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
At Dead River Company, the work we do is about more than just filling up tanks. It's about the everyday moments in your home. We're here to fix your heating equipment, so you have heat and hot water for moments like this. We brave the elements, so you're always safe and warm. Anytime, day or night. Because it's moments like this that we do everything we do.
Dead River Company, it's not your job to worry about the heat. It's ours.
Become a customer today, and we'll be there for the moments that matter to you.
Halftime here in Manchester. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. Derryfield on top of Windham by a score of 7-4. Our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week is brought to you, of course, by Beals Insurance. Derryfield came in, won the opening face-off, and scored just 30 seconds in. Quinn Silvio got the party started to make it 1-0. Alex Ryan, back-to-back goals for the Jaguars, gave Windham their lone lead at 2-1, 3.5 minutes into the game. Then Derryfield on a bit of a run. Tate Flint, Chili Cabot, Alexander Murray, 3 in a row. And they led 4-2 about midway through that first quarter. Ryan's third goal came about 2 minutes later to bring Windham back within a goal. Alexander Murray ended the first quarter on a high note for the home team, 5-3 Cougars after one. Windham got one from Blake Bazin just 2 minutes into the second quarter to make it 5-4. Then both defenses really, I think, started to gel and got more confident as that second quarter went on. As a result, we saw a little bit of a lull up until the 5-minute mark. Quinn Silvio got his second. A moment later, Chili Cabot got his second, both for Derryfield. So the Cougars get the final two before halftime, and they lead by their largest lead of 7-4 as the third quarter looms here in Manchester.
Yeah, I like what you said there. It's level of the defense, and probably, in my mind, a little bit more so with Windham having, again, a much more challenging team to play here today, and only to be 3 goals down. Derryfield is dominating at the X. We've seen this before. 10-3 on the face-offs for Purvis. But Windham is in there. They're holding their own on offense. They've got some really good offensive commits out there, and we'll talk about that more in the second half. But exciting second half here. Couple things going on out there in NHIAA. No Division III games today, Nick. We've got a couple of really good battles going on in Division I. Londonderry's at Bedford, Pinkerton at Concord, Nashua North at Exeter, Keene, Monadnock at Salem, and Nashua South at Sauhegan. And it looks like, there's 6 games in Division II as well. St. Thomas is hosting Kingswood, which should be a good battle. Merrimack, Division I team, playing Hollis Brookline. That'll be Hollis Brookline's second Division I team in 1 week. They lost that game 7-3. I believe was the final there earlier this week. But Coach St. Laurent over there really testing his boys this year.
Challenging them for sure. That comes off a successful 2021 season where the Cavaliers made a deep postseason run in the Division II tournament.
And we'll try to keep you updated as the tweets come through.
Yeah. Derryfield, they've got a lot of pride built around the program. 6 championships under head coach Chris Hetler in the last, decade plus, with 4 of them coming in Division II.
Yeah. Keeps rolling.
Now, they lose in the semifinals last year, and that's widely seen as a underachieving year by Derryfield standards, even though I'd say most of Division II or 1 would consider a trip to the semis a pretty good accomplishment.
Indeed.
All right. Jaguars, on a technicality, are going to win the first face-off of this third quarter and have a chance to get this thing back within shouting distance, so to speak, trailing here 7-4. They got 3 goals from Alex Ryan in that first quarter and 1 from Blake Bazin. This is Bazin going to absorb a check but gets stripped on the shot attempt. Flanagan is the man who got a piece. Ultimately, it's Brewster, the long pole, who gets to it for Derryfield as the Cougar defense forces a turnover.
Yeah, it's surprising that they shut out Alex Ryan in that second quarter, Nick, after he, 3 straight in the first quarter.
Well, you're good when other teams are proud that they held you scoreless for a quarter, right?
Indeed, yeah, for sure.
The senior on his way to Bentley. We're going to talk to him Sunday morning and recap this game in its entirety on FNL Lacrosse, presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. We get off the ground live at 9 a.m. Eastern every Sunday. Alex, one of our guests, as the New Hampshire Tomahawks Player of the Week. Meanwhile, Silvio, swing it out. Another patient possession here for Derryfield. Coach Hetler continuing to coach things up in real time with his arms crossed near midfield.
Yeah, and they're just being patient.
You can hear patience being what Coach is yelling right now. It's not the name of a play. He's just saying, let's stay calm here.
Yeah.
Spin move. Silvio looking for the hat trick. Shot knocked down by Milano. The rebound goes off the pole. Prue trying to stay with it. Flings a blind shot that again is denied by Milano. Now the whistle is going to give this to the Jaguars.
That's going to be a leader in our pregame next year in the highlight film, because this is just amazing. A little between the legs, no look, like you said. He was right there.
Meanwhile, Bazin rumbling downhill here. Flanagan trying to force him to give it up. That's been a fun matchup to watch. Both 24 in white and 24 in blue. Now Denton going to slow it down as Windham looks for another possession here with 2.5 gone by third quarter.
And you want to kind of give your defense a little rest here too.
Yeah.
Get a good possession.
Ryan shot denied straight away, offering stone by Lebedes. Starting to pile up some saves there for Derryfield. Sophomore looked pretty good in that first half.
Yeah, he had a really good second quarter. He had 4 saves in the second. That makes 6 total for the game.
Meanwhile, Little clears, I think just in time, runs 2 men over, and that fires up the Derryfield sideline.
That's why he was All-State last year.
Yeah, it's been a physical game here. Meanwhile, look out as some flags, signs, and other debris flying around here in the crowd. The wind has been a factor really all day. In fact, this morning it was whipping around when I got up, and it's just as gusty right now. Meanwhile, Cabot trying to work one-on-one against the defender. DiPietro denied. Tough angle shot along the near post. Derryfield gets to it, though. Murray behind the cage, and now Flint going to go back to Murray here. Back near side.
Very patient defense here. They're not making many mistakes, if any.
Murray finds the cutter, who finds the back of the net. R.J. Prue able to finish it off. The Derryfield for a moment able to lull the defense to sleep. Prue takes advantage with the weak side cut. The pass is on the money. And Derryfield now doubling up Windham here. 8-4 with 4 minutes gone by, third quarter.
Yeah, just as I say that, they make a mistake here and get the slide from the wrong spot. And Derryfield finds that seam.
The first goal for the freshman R.J. Prue.
Windham comes up with it. That's what they need. They need the ball.
Derryfield has now scored 3 unanswered goals dating back to midway through the second quarter. So it's been a bit of a drought here for Windham. In fact, their last goal came 2 minutes into the second quarter. We're now flirting with 5 minutes gone by here in the third. Bazin going to swing here near side. A rare touch for Ryan Dan. Back to Bazin to his left.
No.
A defeated back door for Conley. And it gets away from Windham in the end. Turned over back to Derryfield. Another solid defensive possession for Coach Hetler's Cougars.
Yeah, and what's happening here is the Derryfield defense has got this Windham offense pegged because it's not morphing into other types of sets. They're leaving Alex Ryan on the wing, and they're not changing that.
Good ground ball there for Little. Long pole, able to fight off 2 Jaguars, flip it over to Brewster. And again, the home team looking to settle in on the attack.
Nice look.
Trying to find Prue out in front of the cage. Couldn't reel it in. Milano on the stop.
Ooh.
Long outlet. Intercepted. Picked off with one hand by Flanagan. Going to take a hit along the near sideline.
Ward.
Give it back to Windham.
I'm not sure what that is. You can't ward if you do not have the ball. Maybe screen? I didn't see it.
It was behind the play. The official in the area standing next to Ryan when he made the call.
We got earmuffs on, and it certainly sounded like he said ward.
Yeah, it sounded.
I mean, the ball was on the other side of the field, so, hey, we move forward.
Either way, Wyndham's got it. And they need every possession they can get down 4. Instead, they turn it over. Another hit at the top of the box. The ball flies loose. Flanagan's on the run. Now it's Cabot.
Oh, look at Murray.
Going to slow it down, though. Good closeout, I think, defensively by DiPietro to prevent what could have been the pass. Cabot going to roll one back to Silvio. Both teams are going to get fresh bodies on the field here.
Yeah, but Windham got lucky there, Nick. I'm sorry, but Murray was wide open over there, even though the defense did cut that off.
Not sure Cabot saw it.
No, he didn't.
Going to go back to Cabot here. Ooh. That one goes off his teammate, it looked like.
Yes, it did.
Kramer going to stay with it. Another hit behind the cage. This game has had a physical nature to it for sure.
Now, one thing with Windham offense right now is that they are starting to force it, which they weren't doing. They're starting to slots and double, and they're not putting away and finding the backside. They got to start looking across crease. Get that ball across to the other side.
Murray, a spin move. The bigger defender, Damaris, all over him. Inside of 5 minutes, third quarter. Cougars played with the lead most of the way. Trailed very briefly early in the first quarter.
Oh, nice play.
Shot.
That's in.
Score. Hat trick time for Alexander Murray, the sophomore, able to just get one to work for him there on the bouncer. It goes inside the bottom of the crossbar and is good for goal number 9 for his team.
Man,
Is Murray another assist, by the way, or Kramer rather, another assist?
Yeah, you hesitate to say that's at this level that's a goal scorer's goal, but man, he had everything going for him right there, and the instinct to shoot that where Milano was moving to his left side was just all pro. Good move.
Another win for Purvis. Derryfield starting to create a sizable advantage in midfield. Good defensive effort, meanwhile, by Trudell. Forces that one out of the stick, and Windham gets the turnover.
So I'd like to see the Jaguars start setting things up with Ryan, either here on the wing, do the little wingo play, or get down low and start things like they do with Silvio from X. See what they can do up high with cutters.
Meanwhile, Logan has done a pretty good job on Ryan for the most part. Again, Ryan scored 3 goals in the first quarter, got off to that hot start, but Little has been able to contain him ever since.
Yeah, and they're two All-Staters from last year, and that's a good matchup. And I think the Jaguars have made it easy for Little because they've kept Ryan in that slot. Ooh, another
shot by Dan upstairs, denied. Labid's another save for Derryfield. Windham able to set up the ride, however.
Nice play.
Long bounce pass intercepted. Bazin on the run for the Jaguars. Eye on the cage, out in front.
Oh.
Conley with the stop. Ryan looking for the rebound, shoved aside by Little. This one squirts to the near side. And ultimately Little on the spot for Derryfield. Absorbs one hit, avoids the second. Head down, here he comes up the near sideline. Comes up with the clear himself. Little's still going to keep it. Trying to shake off Dan now. Spins right, defender in his dust. Looks across, has a man, shot and score for R.J. Prue. An end-to-end play by Dugan Little. Comes up with the ground ball, comes up with the clear, comes up with the assist, and Prue comes up with his second goal. Derryfield looking for breathing room here. 3 minutes to go, third quarter.
Wow.
Now out in front, 10-4, and Coach Young has seen enough. Timeout, Windham.
Dugan Little, boy, he is just chugging along, indestructible to get down there, and didn't lose his cool when he got played down here on the offensive side. He just rolled out, did the nice little roll back, switched to his left hand, and finds the opening on the goal crease. This is a good timeout. One of the things that I would be telling the Jaguars is they've had at least 3, maybe 4 shots from the top of the box, maybe 10, 12 yards in, and the goalie has had a great look at all of them, and they've literally just thrown it in his cross. The one time that they've scored from outside, the goal crease, not in close like Ryan has done, is with Bazin's goal, where he did a bounce shot. They need to start mixing up these shots and making Leaditz work a little bit more than what they're doing right now.
Well, if you're just joining us, Derryfield has looked good as the Cougars look to improve to 6-1 and hand Windham their first loss. They struck just 30 seconds in. Quinn Silvio got the party started. Alex Ryan came up with a moment later for Windham. In fact, back-to-back Ryan goals gave the Jaguars their only lead. Then 4 unanswered by Derryfield. Flint, Cabot, Murray, and Murray again. 5-3 Derryfield after 1. Bazin brought the Jaguars within a goal at 5-4. 2 minutes into that third quarter. Final 2 scores go to Derryfield before halftime. Silvio second and Cabot second. And it's been all home team here in the third, with R.J. Prue scoring twice, Alexander Murray getting a hat trick And now, all in all, 5 unanswered, dating back to early in the second quarter for Derryfield. They're going to win another face-off coming out of the timeout. As this kid's been a ground ball machine, Max Fowler, the sophomore, doing a good job on the wing on the face-offs. Meanwhile, this one knocked down at midfield and now still up for grabs. 6 players, 7 players, 8 players in the scrum.
Murray gets it.
Murray trying to swim for shore, helped out by Prue, and Derryfield has it. Ground balls look like they belong to the home team more often than not so far today.
Yeah, certainly from the face-off circle, and then where there is definite struggles for the ball, that scrum look you see, they seem to be finding a little bit more success than the Jaguars. Jaguars look a little tired right now, I must say.
Majority of the action has been down at this end. That defense has been tested.
Oh,
Silvio, a diving shot. Knocked down in the crease. We get the whistle. It goes back to the Jaguars.
That was a nice move, though.
Stepped in, though, I think, right?
Yes, he did. Good pass.
Spin move. Flag here, thrown along the near sideline, and this one blown dead.
He's not offsides. They got to call this back. They had a player back here who had dropped a stick. He stepped over the line, but he wasn't offsides.
Official's going to talk now at midfield.
Now they should race this. Oh, he's going to keep it. Oh, it'd be nice if you could roll that back, Ben.
Meanwhile, both Coach Hetler and Coach Young eagerly awaiting the explanation there on the far side.
He's calling it on Windham.
It's Andrew Trudell down in the box. Jaguar defender with his left knee on the turf.
Yeah,
Coach Young involved in a lengthy discussion here with the referee.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about, unless it was interference or something because the kid dropped a stick from Derryfield. I don't know.
Comes within or inside of 2 minutes to go, third quarter. And another opportunity for Derryfield to keep this run going. Both teams had, I think, 1 penalty each in that first half. Meanwhile, Tate Flint going to cash in. Able to creep towards the net. And, really was unchallenged on that shot. He's going to capitalize and make it now 11-4 Derryfield.
Yeah, and I'm going to keep on this this comment, and that is the Windham defense looks tired. They look tired, and now they get man down defense, and they can't rotate quick enough to get on to Flint.
So it's the first man up goal of the game. It's the second goal of the game for Derryfield.
Now he's out of the box.
Tate Flint. Meanwhile, whistle here.
Should go white.
Yep. You called it, Roger. They're going to hand it to Flanagan. Going to slip past Ryan here for the clear. Flanagan.
Well, he's been
starting to build up a pretty good two-way game today, Roger. I think we're on the same page there. He's been involved one way or the other and hasn't left the field.
He really hasn't, and he's been predominantly on this side of the field like many times. And he just doesn't quit.
Either taking a hit or levying one.
Yeah.
He's going to sleep well tonight, I think. Derryfield here, final minute, third quarter. It's been quite the third quarter for the home team. Meanwhile, another body on the turf as the freshman Prue did a somersault there.
Yeah, loose ball push against Windham.
Is this the time of the game, if you're the officials, where you got to maybe keep an extra eye on some of the chippy stuff here?
If the game had been a game of penalties to begin with, yes. It seems that the physicalness that we've seen here today has been pretty disciplined. I haven't seen really any missed calls from a personal foul standpoint. But it has been physical. It has been physical, yes. But it hasn't been that chippy physicalness.
Right.
There was one unnecessary roughness late hit.
Right.
On the goal, but no.
But now we're a little later into the game, and the score is a little more lopsided. I think you got to keep your eye open if you're the official. Meanwhile, we're down to 5 seconds. Murray trying to beat the clock. Goes wide of the target with 1 second remaining. I think Windham's going to get this back.
Yes.
Yep. Milano, who left the cage, going to fire, and that's going to do it. Well, Derryfield reminding everyone just who they are.
Yeah.
That may be the class of the division. They are looking like it, at least so far through 3 quarters. 11-4 over Windham. Is this Derryfield's day, or will the Jaguars figure it out in the final 12 minutes? We begin to find out next. You're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
A windy Friday afternoon has not affected Field Cougars. They lead 11-4 over Windham. They've looked really upset here. They scored 30 seconds in and really haven't looked back. They've got their largest lead on the board as they gun for their 6th victory of the season.
Yeah, to pick up where we left off on the officials really having a keen eye out there. If you're Windham, you have got to go for every ground ball, and you have got to scrap and claw and just do whatever you can to get possession, because you got a long road here, and you need the ball. You don't need penalties.
Windham in the unfamiliar spot of trying to do it from behind the 6-0 Jaguars. More often than not, playing out in front this season and winning by big margins, but going to have to come back on the road this afternoon if they want to avoid their first loss of the year. Derryfield, they've had an advantage at the face-off X. They scored a man-up goal in that third quarter, and they kept Windham off the board, have kept the Jaguars off the board since very early on in the second quarter.
Yeah. 2 minutes into the second quarter was the last time Windham scored with Bazin. And they haven't really tested Lebedes that much at all. Everything's been pretty easy.
A lot of long shots.
That's what I mean.
Particularly in that third quarter.
Yeah.
Seemingly.
He's getting good looks.
Meanwhile, Silvio trying to draw some defensive attention. The junior with 2 goals today. He's going to flip it over to his classmate Flint. Murray, he's got a hat trick of his own. Goal line extended near side. Pass though, broken up. Another body knocked to the ground. And another pile up here. Windham going to come out of the chaos with possession. Furtado looks for his goaltender to help him out. This is Milano. Side to side move, and here he comes on the run. Head on a swivel.
Ooh.
Bounce pass taken left side. And another good defensive play made by Fowler for the Cougars. Just took it away from him there with the long pole. Derryfield going to slow down and settle in here once again on the attack.
Yeah, I wonder if the wind is creating a communication problem for the goaltender on that. He had an upfield defender here by the 50-yard line, and he looked at him, but he didn't hear him, and he went with the sure bet in front of him, and he had coverage there.
Meanwhile, 2 minutes gone, fourth quarter. Coach Etler continuing to orchestrate the attack from the sideline. This one off target. Behind the intended target, Prue turned over. DiPietro The long stick makes the play for Windham. Gets it over to his captain, Alex Ryan. And now the Jaguars climb back 1 goal at a time. Nearly 3 minutes in, fourth.
To him off for Windham, then you have very little time. Come, let's go. And he had to wait for him.
This is Denton.
Yes.
Shot, score. That's Drew Denton. And Roger, I believe the first shot he's taken. He's been out there the entire game. Look to get others involved, calls his own number there, and it pays off. A bouncer is going to bring Windham back within 6 as the Jags score their first goal since halftime.
Yeah, I remember, he had a couple of takes in the first quarter early that never made it to the net.
Okay.
But that is his first shot on goal, and he finds success, finds the back of the net. And that's what they need. And that was, you can see how different that shot was than the last 4 or 5 that the midfielders have taken.
Yeah.
Little jump play, little hitch, and, he's on the run. Not a static step down right in front.
Windham going to have to do it on the defensive end after Purvis wins another face-off for Derryfield.
Well, that's got to change, too, because he's, as long as he's on, like many face-off midfielders, they control the play.
Had a 10-3 lead at X at halftime.
Yeah, he's up.
And I think is built on that in the second half.
Yeah, he's up 15-5, so he's running 66-67% here.
Meanwhile, 4 minutes now off this fourth quarter clock, and Derryfield in no hurry. Coach Hetler with his left hand on his chin. Okay with burning some clock here with a 6-goal lead. Silvio's shot knocked down by Milano. Picked up, though, on the rebound by Murray. Flanagan's going to find Cabot. And now Flint going to pull it out at the top of the box. Another ground ball goes to Derryfield, and that one may be consequential with the clock ticking in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, and I thought Furtado had that ground ball. As soon as it went off Milano's hands, he looked like it went right into his cross.
Flint.
Oh, nice play.
Across the zone, finished off through the 5-hole by Alexander Murray. He's come up with some dimes. Murray's got goal number 4 to lead all scorers, and Derryfield rebuilds their largest lead now at 12-5.
Murray had no time and no move. He had nothing to move to. He had one play, and he worked the low release and goes 5-hole, almost like a hockey play.
Yeah, almost kind of slapped at it. Swirls it through. And it's 12-5 with nearly 5 minutes gone by fourth quarter.
All right, they finally win one.
Windham needed that one. They get it. Damaris sprints into the near corner. And now another chance on attack here for Coach Joe Young's Jaguars.
And they need to move because they didn't make up any ground here with that goal by Murray.
Can be a fine line right when you're trailing, knowing that the clock, but you don't want to take, right?
Yeah,
it's a fine line.
True, but I tell you, to a point, because you're almost through the fourth, that you gotta get the rubber going. I mean, you gotta hope that you get, just you rebound or goes off a body. This is
so quantity is better than quality at this point.
Right now, it has to be.
Yeah. Ryan, too high there. Little again shadowing him. I think he is going to get some credit post-game from the coaching staff. He's done a great job on Ryan.
Yes, he has.
Hasn't had a whole lot of help either. Ryan got off to that fast start, 3 goals in the first quarter. Offers up a shot there on the far side, knocked down by Lebedes. Sophomore cautious with the pass.
Oh, it could be a push. Yeah, that's going to be a push.
And that's Liam Canty, the freshman who hauled it in and then got hit right between the shoulder blades.
Yeah, but Nick, that was the first time Alex Ryan actually cut across the crease and got a shot off, other than being on the wing, since the first quarter. They've started moving him around too late.
Meanwhile, we're midway through the fourth quarter. Again, Derryfield aware of the time and score. Silvio probably could have fired one up there, instead pulls it back out. Sure, that makes Coach Hetler happy, right? His players are making the right decisions in real time.
I was going to say, when you saw Coach Hetler kind of standing there with his chin in his hand, kind of contemplating the offense, I wonder if he was thinking about wondering what other play. But this is where Derryfield disciplined and so straight. How to block and manage.
Out here near the Windham end. I don't know if that was an equipment thing or.
I don't know.
Is it too many guys in the?
Well, it's a penalty now, so it had to have been. Yeah. Too many guys.
A 30-second.
Yeah.
Penalty.
And they're going to call that on Trudell. Oh no, Trudell's out there, number 5.
Yeah, that's Adam Burke with the infraction. So we hit the 5-minute mark, fourth quarter. Derryfield looking for their second man-up goal. Scored their first back in the third quarter. They look to the middle. Kramer, a bouncer.
Nice.
And again, was put together a respectable game in net here for Windham.
Yes, he has.
If up being 12-5, you might look at the score and kind of dismiss the goaltending, but that doesn't tell the whole story. He's been very active, and he's made how many saves now?
He's up to 11 right now, and I think you're absolutely right.
Here's another one. There's 12 as he kicks that one towards the far side. Loose ball, and Derryfield's got another ground ball. Coach Hetler is going to call a timeout with just over 4 minutes remaining now in the fourth quarter. Our broadcast is brought to you by Beals Insurance, locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. By MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done while you wait. It's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the seacoast. Visit NHiPhoneRepair.com. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. By the Dead River Company, a full-service heating provider committed to keeping New Hampshire warm with propane and heating oil. Learn more at deadriver.com. And finally, by the Bean Group and Roger Howe Real Estate, your local professional for all types of real estate, residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties. Call 603-247-1583. Nick and Astis with Roger Howe. Derryfield has led basically the entire way. They've got their largest lead on the board here at 12-5 as they look to put the cherry on this Friday afternoon, Sunday, and get their 6th victory of the season.
Yeah, we thought we had a pretty good battle going on there at the end of the third, or excuse me, end of the first quarter, and it's just kind of been dominated by the Cougars in this one.
Derryfield with leads of 5-3 after one, 7-4 at halftime, 11-4 at the end of the third quarter. Both teams have exchanged goals here in the fourth quarter. Cougars, you can tell, Roger, not used to losing, frankly. I mean, again, 4 championships under Coach Hetler in the division, in Division 2. They lose a tough one, 10-9 over Timberlane after a 3-0 start, and now we're on the verge of getting another three-game win streak here with this afternoon on the home.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen that game, or even seen a tape of the Timberlane game, because that was not the same team that we saw earlier this week. Timberlane barely escapes with a win against Oyster River Newmarket yesterday. I believe that was a 1-goal game. And St. Thomas Aquinas gave Derryfield a pretty good run last week when they played them. But whatever bugs were in those two games with the Cougars, they've clearly worked them out. And I think this is a game that Windham, if they got it on film, of course they can just look at FNLNH. And but this would be a great film to show the team, and yeah, that's going to be on Furtado.
And a penalty?
Yep, the slash.
You could hear sounded like the head of the stick go off the helmet of Alexander Murray. Get a whistle here with just over 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Another Windham penalty.
Yeah, it's going to be a slash. Yeah, for sure. But as we said in pregame, Windham hasn't played a team of this caliber for the 6 games that they had prior. So you get to see one of the top teams on film and what you did defensively as far as mistakes, and what you can do differently on the offensive side of things with the defense that's been very, very good.
Right.
Against them all day. They'll come back. They'll come back. It'll be a good game. Tough one against St. Thomas next week.
As you mentioned, a tough schedule ahead for Windham, with St. Thomas one of the many talented opponents coming up in the near term for Coach Young's Jaguars. Another stop by Milano denies Silvio of his 3rd goal after the junior found a soft spot in the defense. Milano, another sliding stop. Meanwhile, Ryan tripped up at midfield and can hack that, turns it over. 3 defenders in the area, and ultimately it's Fowler who comes away with the ball for Derryfield. As we head towards the 1-minute mark here, the Cougars closing in on their 6th win of the season.
I love what Coach Hutler just yelled at his young defender over there, Max Fowler. At this time of the game, even though you're up by 7 goals, you want to get the ball behind if you are in one of those positions where you can actually drain the clock. And that defender went all the way down to goal line extended and passed it back to the attackman. That's where you want to be if you're going to turn the ball over, not midfield.
Silvio, he can be at, buried there in that far corner.
Yeah.
Going to make the move now. Going to draw a slide and. Got this. Canty, the freshman, kind of hanging around the cage, and Silvio hooks up with him with just inside of 24 seconds remaining. Cougars putting an exclamation point on this one now at 13-5.
Yeah, that's a gimme goal, and you just can't pass that up, I guess, if you're in a position where you can see a big apple in front of you, and that's all he really did, Defense presses out and leaves Canty wide open.
Meanwhile, Purvis pushed off the spot by Kettlar. This is Burke, and we're down to 10 seconds. Windham looking for one last hurrah here on the attack. Although they're not going to get the shot. It's turned over to Little, and that'll do it. Derryfield, a strong performance on their home field. They get it done by a final score of 13-5 over Windham. The Cougars improved to 6-1 and have now won 3 straight. The Jaguars going to lick their wounds after dropping their first contest of the season and slipping to now 6-1.
Impressive. Impressive. The Jaguars came out in that first quarter and really had a battle going with the Cougars, but the Cougars just, they rose to the occasion, settled in, and they just controlled play from the end of the first quarter on. Plain and simple.
All right, full recap on the way. Stats, highlights, analysis, plus a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. We fun here in Manchester. Derryfield a winner, 13-5 over Windham. Post-game next. You're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
At Dead River Company, the work we do is about more than just filling up tanks. It's about the everyday moments in your home. We're here to fix your heating equipment, so you have heat and hot water for moments like this. We brave the elements, so you're always safe and warm. Anytime, day or night. Because it's moments like this that we do everything we do.
Dead River Company. It's not your job to worry about the heat. It's ours.
Become a customer today, and we'll be there for the moments that matter to you.
Well, 13-5 is our final score. Derryfield looking good this afternoon, handing Windham their first loss of the season. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. Cougars, they set the tone early. Quinn Silvio lit the lamp just 30 seconds in to put the home team in front 1-0. Windham responded with back-to-back Alex Ryan goals to give the Jaguars their only lead, and it lasted just 16 seconds. Tate Flint came back to tie the game at 2. Chili Cabot put Derryfield back in front. What ended up being for good at that point of 3-2. Alexander Murray made it 4-2 midway through the first. Ryan gets the hat trick for Windham to make it 4-3. Murray's second made it 5-3, and that was our score after one with Derryfield out in front. Windham would get one from Blake Bazin, senior, on his way to Denver. And that came, about 2 minutes in to the second quarter, and that was as close as Windham was going to get it, 5-4. Final 2 goals before halftime go to Derryfield as Silvio gets his second, Cabot gets his second. So that made it 7-4 at halftime. Third quarter, Derryfield kicks it into hyperdrive. The freshman R.J. Prue made it 8-4. Murray's hat trick made it 9-4 at about the 5-minute mark. Prue gets another on a beautiful pass from Flint Tate to make it 10-4, and then Flint himself, or Tate Flint, I should say, able to capitalize on a man-up situation and make it 11-4. Then in the fourth quarter, Windham still fighting. Drew Denton got one to make it 11-5, and Derryfield kept them at arm's length after that. Murray's fourth made it 12-5. Liam Canty, the freshman, in the final seconds, gets one to go to make it 13-5, and that's our final score. Derryfield wins their third straight. They improve to 6-1. Windham slips for the first time and falls to 6-1. Roger, you've got some final stats from this one.
Yeah, we got to hand it to Milano, the goalie from the Windham Jaguars, and I'm starting to get really cold, so I'm repeating my words. I know that. Sorry, folks. But he had an excellent game. He saw a lot of rubber, a lot of shots, but he ended up with 14 saves, and some of those saves were just stand-on-your-head saves. He had 2 back-to-back saves and a post in between during that play. I thought he just played a terrific game out there. And then the entire Derryfield starting 10 and the couple of subs, Flanagan was just amazing today. They spread the offense out today. Little was just lights out against Alex Ryan. He played him the entire game. It was almost like they said, you stay on him and don't let this guy move. I was just very impressed from start to finish with what the Cougars did today. Not that the Jaguars didn't look good. The first quarter they had a really good thing going, and actually the entire first half I was impressed with the defense. But they got more. We'll circle back on this, in a week or so and see where they ended up with the next few contests that both teams have.
Well, Windham, they've got a tough road ahead, as you mentioned, perhaps the toughest stretch of the schedule coming up this week. Coach Joe Young, by the way, still addressing his guys over there in the corner as we get a look at the week ahead for Windham. They got Winnicott on the road. They got St. Thomas this week. That's, in fact, their next game. Then they head out to Hampton. Then defending champion Portsmouth is on the schedule before a matchup with Hanover. So
that's
the next handful of games are about as tough as they get. Meanwhile, the Cougars, they're looking for a rematch with Winnicott that's coming up. Those two teams met, remember, back on opening day, a 9-6 victory for Derryfield. Warriors will play host coming up on Tuesday at 4 o'clock. Roger, your final thoughts as we look at the out-of-town scoreboard one final time. Yeah,
we give thanks to Joe Marshallina and Alex Hall with their tweets and keeping us up to date on things. Division One, this is a shock to me. Bedford really hands it to Londonderry 13-2. They were up 10-1 at halftime.
Wow.
So I don't know what's going on with Londonderry, but we had a lot more expectations, I think, from them at this point in the season. But Bedford really on a roll so far.
Right.
Pinkerton. Not a surprise here, but Concord was hanging in on that game on the first quarter. I believe it was only 4-1, according to Alex Hall, but they end up at halftime 10-3 over Concord. And then the only other score I got was Goffstown is playing Memorial Central over at Goffstown, and they're up at half 3-1. So a couple more games out there, but we get what we get.
Well, reminder. Coming up Sunday, full recap of the week that was, full preview of the week ahead on FNL Lacrosse, presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. We're on the air live Sunday morning, 9 a.m. We'll speak with Windham's Alex Ryan during that program. Want to thank Chris Etler and his staff here at the Derryfield School for welcoming us with open arms. We appreciate them. We appreciate, of course, our sponsors As well, Beals Insurance, MG Sports Fundraising, the New Hampshire Tomahawks, New Hampshire iPhone Repair, Dead River Company, and the Bean Group and Roger Howe Real Estate. For our crew, that includes Craig Incardoni down at midfield, doing the job well as usual. Executive producer Steve Beals behind the lens to our left, putting in the work on the ground. The man behind the curtain, back in the Beals Insurance Studios, director Ben Beals. And for my partner, Roger Howe.
Love the get-up.
I'd like your get-up. Radnor Lacrosse.
Yeah,
there it is.
I told you, this is my thing this season. I'm going to try and wear as many different
That's
hoodies.
right.
This is my, I grew up outside of Philly. They were the state champs in Pennsylvania last year.
There you go.
My roommate from
Making
college.
them proud. All right, want to thank you for tuning in. Final score, final time, Derryfield 12, Windham 5. This has been our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.